Welcome to Pirate Radio Broadcast. I'm Fast Tongue Canadian Mr. Pete, bringing you Madden 26, Alien Shillings Anthology, a Sword and Shield production.
Today.
Today we bring you preseason. The Dallas Cowboys versus the LA Rams. Let's start it off behind the scenes. Our people on the sidelines: Georgie Skeleton, Goofer Bones, Charlene Pinky Goober, Roxanne Winters, Christina Taylor. Let's go behind the scenes. Cowboy Nation.
The dawn of a new season brings the dawn of a new era for this franchise. There is a new coach in charge, tasked with guiding this team to the peak of the NFL. For someone with dreams of reaching Canton, this first day and their first interview will set the stage for a career to come.
go behind the scenes of the LA Rams.
Some turmoil threatens their roster in the early season. A challenge has been made for a top spot on the depth chart. Competition breeds success, but coaches will decide how far the competition goes.
Now getting some upgrades. The Rams. Davis. Forbes. Reeder. Allen. Woods. Justin. And Johnson. Get the appropriations. Congratulations, LA Rams. Alright, let's get to this game. Cowboys and the Rams. Now it seems that HT, our Pirate Radio broadcast co-host here in the booth, is suiting up for the Rams, and so is Charlene Pinky Goober, the wide receiver. And for the Cowboys, they got Eddie James and Elvis Armenius, two stealth aliens, U.S. Air Force. This should be very interesting indeed. So let's get this game rolling.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Tonight, we have ourselves a preseason clash between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. All teed up, Brennan Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from LA. On the return, Britton Covey. This makes it up to the 25. The Rams offense getting out there for the opening drive of the game. And they'll be led out by this dual threat quarterback.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Escapes the pocket. Picks it off. The Cowboys return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. Well, Greg, I highly doubt all the plays will go as well as that one, but this coverage starts off off the game with a major W.
That's all you could ask for right there. You come out so focused, so dialed into your game plan. You start this game strong, and you quickly throw a wrench into their opening script on the other side. That starts to play head games, and it certainly gives your defense a ton of confidence.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Yeah, the first one of the game for Japan. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Williams now. 1st and 10. A couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
That's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Miller. Into the front with that clearance. And he's down to almost, actually going to give him the 30 here. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's another Rams.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll throw off the play fake. Sends this to the end zone.
That's one of those drives, Kate, especially in the opening drive, that come to the sidelines, and all you're thinking about, unfortunately, is the failure at the end. It's kind of like being a student. You're so good all semester, and then you just bomb the final exam.
Dallas sending its offense out for the 2nd time this game. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. Going trips left here as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This one caught by C.D. And no luck this time. They got on him quickly, out of the 32-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Throw secured by George Pickett. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they hunt him down. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's up the 1st.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Up the gut they go to Williams. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. That'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. He's going to throw it. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's That's good for a Dallas first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. A give to Vaughn out of the shotgun. He puts him inside the red zone.
That's a run that will take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Rolling now off the play action. Stepping up and he's going to run. It's a real solid kick at 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. There to go. They're passing. And he will score. Touchdown Dallas. The Cowboys take a 13-0 lead.
Okay, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains, the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys drop out to an early 14-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Rams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And Brock, they are not off to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He's got the whip up to the right line. And this is brought to a stop up at the 34-yard line there. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Video here. He's down. They'll get this up to the 41. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you gotta imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Let's go. 19.
Throwing off the play fake. Just shy of the 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right in the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
So first down from the 41.
Let's go now. 72.
Straight ahead with Williams. That's fine. First down. He made no gain on that first down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Pass play now. That's his back, Kyler Williams. And they're going down around the 34.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. I'll throw for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. From the gun, carried by Williams. And Williams just ran quickly. The defenders there to bring him down.
I think one thing you learn, kid, with the transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. Go.
Now throw, 39. Inside, complete. And he's got half enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
19 Tiger.
On the handoff, this is Williams. And he works his way for a game forward.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. opposed to airing it out, and that time, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Splits the uprights. And the Rams check the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14-7.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They gotta give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll go play action. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to throw. Pickens for the touchdown right. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
1st down, Cowboys.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 from the 43. Shotgun here now for Vaughn. He's going to stop that for the early pickup on 1st down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Four yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Williams. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. Reverse on the tackle.
Sometimes just feel like in the background, the only home run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. He's dropping back to throw. Connecting on the slant. And you don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now. We're to the end of one. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment.